Good morning, everyone. Out here taking a little walk, and up in the Poconos, all the leaves are pretty much turned up here by now. They have the evergreens, and most of the leaves are off the trees. So I have a few brown leaves around, but it's pretty amazing. It's a crisp morning, chilly. I would say it's probably right around 40 degrees. Tonight it's going to get down into 30s, from what I understand. So let me see if I can turn this thing around. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Your Morning Latte. I was taking a little stroll through the wooded area here in the Poconos, and I thought I'd give you a little update as to what's happening. Enjoying the conference, the Builder Summit up here. That's This is the third year, I believe, that they've held this thing. So just joined the fellowship with the fellows here. I think there's probably 40 to 50 guys here at this conference. So anyway, it's a pretty chilly morning. I would say it's probably about 40 degrees, and they were saying it's probably going to get down to around, I'd say 30, 33 tonight. So little on the cool side from where I was in Texas. So anyway, it's a change in the weather. But I recall back in an earlier episode, I was talking about the fruit of the Spirit, and I stopped at a little diner over on the west side of Pennsylvania, and it was a little small place. I probably would say it's probably no more than maybe 600-700 square feet of dining space. There was booze along the window, and there was a counter area, bar area, that you'd sit at the counter, and they would serve you coffee and your meal and so forth. But you go in places and you never know who's going to be in there, but the place was just packed. And I looked over, there was a young lady and her daughter. The daughter was school age, and daughter was kind of shy. She was mostly interested in, looking to see what was on her phone. And her mom was trying to get her to talk, and wasn't happening. So anyway, I said, well, these kids, they're shy sometimes. They don't want to talk up. And the mother acknowledged that. And, sometimes it's just a friendly smile that people appreciate and can relate to. And there was a young fellow sitting on my left side, and he was sitting there talking to another guy that they had obviously come in together and talking about work and so forth. And they he looked over and he said, "You're not from around here?" And I said, no, I'm come up from Texas. And they were like, "Wow, you're all the way from way down in Texas." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm on my way over to the east side of Pennsylvania, be up in the mountains and at a Christian, basically it's a leadership conference, a builders conference and so forth." So we got to chit-chatting, and they were talking about the local politics, and I think the school boards are trying to get the legislature to pass something that gives the school districts the ability to opt in or out of some of these policies that are going on And the little girl that was in school, actually, she's online, and that's by choice. Mainly because, in school, they think some of the districts up here are having to wear masks and whatnot. But anyway, you know, there's pros and cons about all that stuff. But anyway, the thing about it is what I wanted to chat about was the fact of when Paul says, they'll know you by your fruits. And if you turn over into, I believe it's Colossians, if I can get into my Bible, Galatians, I'm sorry, Galatians chapter 5, verse 22, and it talks about the fruit of the Spirit. And kindness, joy, peace, so forth, the kind of things that you would like to portray. And part of the discussion last night here at the group was, would they know who you are, or if you are Christ-like and so forth. They brought up an analogy of an apple tree. If I were to walk up and say, well, that's an apple tree, and you don't see any apples on it, you would question whether or not that was a particular apple tree. So that smile, that kind word goes a long way. And it triggered off a conversation with some people total strangers, never met me, I never met them, but it was a very meaningful conversation. As a matter of fact, the guy, I told him I was going to get on the freeway, and he says, well, don't go down this way. He says, you get on the freeway there, you're going to be parked in traffic for hours. He said, go up to this intersection, take this road, and go down. Basically, the road was actually going to run parallel a little north of where I was going. He said, go down there to such and such town and get on the freeway there, because you'll get around all that construction that's going on and so forth. But anyway, they got up and went on their way, and thanked me for the conversation and blessed me in my travels and so forth. So, it's almost like one of those things. You just never know who you're going to talk to and what you're going to encounter. And a kind face and a smile may trigger off something that's pretty beneficial to you, and it was helpful to me because it saved me probably a lot of time that I didn't have trying to get up here. So I remember being in a restaurant. This has probably been a couple of years ago, and you'll watch people in the restaurant and so forth, and you just kind of get a feeling. And there was an older couple, and they were sitting there, didn't say a word to one another, and I could tell the expressions on the lady's face, and she was just like, she went from this sadness to being upset, and then back and forth, and just like, talk to me, communicate, say something, and I was almost tempted to go over there and drop a plate or something, just to get the guy's attention, or get them to break the ice or something or other. And you see things like that, and it's sad. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that. And Paul says to be bold in your walk, and that is being bold enough and having the courage to engage and say a word or a little gesture or something or another, and you might get a positive response and strike up a conversation that's helpful to one another. So anyway, got to get back to the meeting. We got some things going on, and just wanted to bring you up to date. It's starting to sprinkle rain here, and I'm going to get back into the shelter and see what's in store. So anyway, thank you for chiming in, and I will talk about some other things at a later time. And Anyway, so I'm glad you checked in with Your Morning Latte. And you can see that I am not in the coffee shop studio. I'm out here in the wooded area, and most of the leaves are gone on these trees in this area. I noticed that probably 75 miles south of here, there was a lot of color, a lot of leaves still on the trees, but up in this elevation and further north here, it's well, you can see for yourself. There's some leaves on the trees on the bottom side, but most of them are all gone. Anyway, y'all take care, and I'll check in with you next time, and have a blessed day, and keep walking in the faith. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Will me bend there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun. We've no less days to sing God's praise than when we
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that